Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Haha! Hey Canucks fans, hope you're well. Welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Thursday night, August the 7th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I hope you guys are all well tonight. I had a great one-on-one Zoom chat with Coach Rob. He actually won that in one of our recent giveaways, and we had a wonderful half an hour chat. Believe it or not, we went the full 30 minutes without even talking hockey at all. And that's not the only gauge, but that's one gauge of a really good conversation and two guys that I guess like to talk and have a lot in common and ask each other good questions, because we actually didn't talk about Canucks for the entire 30 minutes, which was pretty cool. So thanks, Coach Rob, for that great chat. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you and how much I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved tonight. Subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video. Like the fact that we're together, like the fact that I got another big announcement that I'm going to tease at the Mitchell sponsory. So a few things lined up for next week that I'm very excited about. You can like the fact that we're together, like the fact that it was a beautiful day, like the fact that Elias Pettersson is now going to be amazing again, and like the fact that we are continuing to build a positive, fun community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation like Swerve and Irvin did before I even got here, so I'll get to that in a second. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure that you rate and review. And yes, there's a little bit of a risk anytime I do the open house. And moderators did a pretty good job. I think collectively, I'm part of the group. We were a tiny bit slow on a couple comments, but I think overall we did a good job. And I've learned that with open house and I think people just kind of being jealous and envious of people that either get on the show or have the courage to come on the show. You get people saying goofy things in the chat, but I think we handled it pretty well. Okay, there are a couple. Stevenson's all right. Oak Ridge is better. So I got a couple of cool things I want to talk about today. And before I do that, though, we'll get started with recognizing Swerve and Irvin's first donation. And it came at 10:18, and I was able to catch it, or at least StreamYard caught it. So let's go. Let's give some love to Swerve and Irvin, who gets the donation train out of the station. So shout out to Swerve and Irvin with the $2 donation. Says happy birthday, Sidney Crosby. Yes, still one of the best players in the league. And Frankie Corrado had some really cool stories about Sidney Crosby on his Harrison Price hit yesterday. Just how good of a leader and how down to earth Crosby is. And there's the debate: will he finish his career out in Pittsburgh? But that's not for tonight. Thank you, Swerve and Irvin. Let's give some love to Swerve and Irvin in the chat. And then just looking at the fictional leaderboard, Fangirl is winning with 900 points. Swerve and Irvin is second with 775, and Simon is in third with 300. So that's where we are right now on the fictional leaderboard. Speaking of Swerve and Irvin, I remember that he works at Cactus Club. I won't say which one, but I was at Cactus Club last night, but not the one that he was working at. But I texted him. I said, "Hey, man, are you working right now? And which one do you work at?" And he goes, "I'm not working right now, and I work at one that you're not." I said, "Okay, next time I'll come to the one that you're at." So pretty cool that I was able to exchange that have that exchange with Swerve and Irvin. And one other thing that relates to Swerve and Irvin, but relates to everyone, I was showing people at bowling last night. Remember I told you, or Tuesday night, remember I was telling you guys I bowled really well and I'm feeling really confident about this tournament that Jacob and I are bowling in together on Saturday. Well, I showed a couple of people my live stream and my donation drop of who do you think you are? I am. And they thought it was great because obviously it was a bowler and because it was one of the most famous, bowling clips that is out there right now. Okay. First thing I'll say, I guess, is Canucks season tickets went on sale to the general public. So for season ticket members, we had a window on Tuesday or yesterday, I can't remember which one it was, where we could buy extra tickets. And then they went on sale to the general public today. So I've already gotten some inquiries if I have tickets available. So I'll say right off the bat, I'm just finishing off the list, finishing off the games that I can go to. If you are interested in receiving my ticket list, email me canuckclay@gmail.com. So if you're interested, email me canuckclay@gmail.com, and I'll be finalizing that and sending it out tomorrow or over the weekend for sure. One other thing I was going to talk about real quick I'll save that for the Mitchell sponsor. Let's talk about what I want to talk about tonight. And it was an interview with Elias Pettersson. And it was on NHL.com. And I don't think it was a Swedish article that was translated into English. And it's important that I say that because sometimes we read these articles that are from overseas and you don't know if something got lost in translation or if the player said something, but then the reporter said something else, or Google Translate didn't translate it well. This, I believe, it says it's Peter Ekholm, NHL.com, Swedish independent correspondent. And the whole thing was written in English. And obviously, actually, now that I say that, yes, the article is written in English, but there's a very good chance that Peter spoke to Pettersson in Swedish. And then either Peter or someone at NHL.com translated it. Remember, interpreted is verbal. I've said this many times because it always bugs me. It's one of my pet peeves. Yeah, interpreting is verbal and translating is written. So when Nikita Trampkin or any of the Russian players, Andrei Kuzmenko, other players weren't translating for them; they were interpreting for them. Put a 1 in the chat. Just put a number 1, or you can whatever you can. This is Tyler. You can say it's an acknowledgement, but put a number 1 in the chat if you remember me talking about this before. The difference between interpreting and translating, and the fact that I pointed out that interpreting is the verbal and the oral, and translating is the written. So anytime that there is, they were trying to help Kuzmenko or whatever, it was actually interpreting and not translating. So yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you remember that I talked about that before. And sometimes I think I get too adamant about it. Coach Rob puts a big 1 up. Fangirl puts a 1. Jess puts a 1. Lyndon puts a 1. Sarah puts a 1. Yes, not acknowledge me. Yeah, acknowledge me. The fact that that's a wrestling reference. Sarah, Brian, you guys all remember. Hey, Bern. Hey, SGA. And Carol, I'm going to give you the bowling one, but a nice little message from Carol and a donation as well.
And he got it! Who do you think you are? I am.
Who do you think you are? I am. I love that. I just want to say thank you to Clay and all the people that keep this place safe. God bless you all. Great job, everybody, to the mods. Yes. Thank you, moderators. Some of you I asked, some of you have offered, some of you I made. I just made a decision. Some of you have asked and I've said, no, thank you for now. And I thank you for respecting that decision. So to everyone, thank you, all the moderators and everyone else who tries to keep this a safe space. And Carol, thank you for the $5 donation. Legendary Carol Bovenlander. Let's give Carol some much deserved love in the chat for sure. And then Swervin says, with that, Carol rockets it up to 4th place on the fictional leaderboard. Okay, so I think I was going on my little soapbox about interpreting versus translating, and perhaps this was indeed translated into English on paper. We got a 1 from Simon as well. That's awesome, Simon. So what we got here is, I know you guys can read, but maybe I'll point out some of the main ones here. Elias Pettersson is on a mission this season. And here's the big one. I know what I'm capable of. He said at the Sweden Olympic orientation camp. Actually, I haven't thought about it, but for myself, it's revenge. I'm not happy with last season. Okay, there's so much here. I know what I'm capable of. Yes, we all know. We've seen it. We've seen the amazing seasons he's had, including 100 points and the Calder Trophy winner. Can you believe it's his 8th season for the Vancouver Canucks? It was absolutely crazy when you think about it. So he says, I know what I'm capable of. Then he says, actually, I haven't thought about it. So maybe that's something that maybe got lost in translation a little bit, because I can't picture Petey saying, actually, I haven't thought about it. But for myself, it's revenge. And that's why I use the title of tonight's live stream about Elias Pettersson is seeking revenge. And then he says, I'm not happy with last season. Well, no one was happy with last season. 26-year-old forward had 45 points, 15 goals, 30 assists in 64 games. So extrapolate, that's about a 60-point pace. About half of the 89 he had in the year before, and well below the career high of 102 he had the year before that. For Pettersson, that's all in the past, and he's working on his body to make sure it doesn't continue. He says, I've put on some muscle, 6'2", 176. How come I weigh 5 pounds more than him? It's always about building your base strength to get quicker on the ice, to gain a few pounds, get stronger in general. That's always the goal. But for me, it's a bonus to gain a few pounds. Again, this must be translated, because I don't think Petey talks like this, because he says to gain a few pounds, then he says to gain a few pounds. But yeah, we hope that he's getting stronger and getting more difficult to knock off the puck. It says last season wasn't what he or the Canucks envisioned. They fell behind the Blues 1 year after winning the Pacific. And then I like this. When the Canucks held their exit interviews in April, Pettersson said he had an important offseason ahead. General Manager Patrick Alvin and President of Hockey Operations Jim Rutherford agreed. And based on some obvious physical changes, it looks like the work has been going well so far. So this is probably the reporter remarking that Petey looks bigger. I like this. I've been healthy and have been able to practice at full speed, Pettersson said. Right now, I don't have any injuries that kept me off workouts, but obviously last season was tough. With that said, the lessons are learned. I'm just really hungry to have a good season. So we know that Pettersson suffered a knee injury at the end of 2 seasons ago. Then it hampered his training in the off season. And I don't know if it ever got confirmed. No, he was the one who said he had tendonitis, to which I'm not sure Rick Tocchet was thrilled that he said that. But everyone that says and that has suffered tendonitis or knows a lot about it said it's not the easiest injury to battle back from. We know he's got an 8-year, $11.6 million, so $93 million contract. And that raised expectations. And he says, I'm learning from what happened last year to be a more mature player going into this season. Then it talks about other Swedish players and how he can be a mentor to them, like Lekkerimäki, Karlsson, and DPD. He says, it's great to see. You think back on your own journey when I came into the league and tried to make it. All of them are good players. All of them have good skills. I'm just trying to be a good teammate and help out with what I can help them with. I'm trying to lead by example, but I know that I become a better leader in that aspect. I'm trying my best, but also trying to get better. So I think he joins a leadership team of guys like Hughes, of course, Besser, and Tyler Myers. Happy when he saw the trade for Evander Kane. It's a player that we need, a player who plays with grit and can still score goals. And talking about Brock Besser, he has been there during all the years I've been there. It's been really fun that he signed. Fun and important that we could keep almost all our players, because I feel we have something good. Fun and important, again, I don't think that's something Petey would say, but whatever. But yes, a reference to not only Besser, but Garland and Demko all signing extensions over the summer. Okay, so a really quick recap too. After he got drafted, we know that he was 5th overall in the 2017 NHL entry draft. Probably the second best player in that draft, at least the best career, second best, only behind Cale Makar in that draft. And then, 66 points in 71, 66 points in 68. Then he only had 6 points in 26 games in an injury-hampered season, his 3rd season. Then 68 and 80. So he had 66, 66, and 68. And then he broke out with 102 and 89. So in those 22-23 and 23-24, the last 2 seasons before last season, if that makes sense. So 3 seasons ago and 2 seasons ago, he is actually top 10 in combined points over those 2 seasons. With the 102 and the 89, that's 191 points over 2 seasons. That put him in the top 10 in overall league scoring. That put him in, that's why he's like paid a top 10 contract. So my goal today isn't to talk about whether or not that's a good contract or not. Although if you read The Athletic, they say it's a bad contract. And yes, the first year of that contract was a bad contract. But what I want to talk about just for a few minutes is, and I don't think it's anything you guys don't already know, but it's just how important Elias Pettersson is to this team. Because, yeah, he won the Calder Trophy. He had a point per game in his first year. And then he had a steady sophomore season, and then like an injury plague third season where he still had a point per game, almost 21 and 26. And then we saw that the year that they made the bubble playoffs, that was the one where he was a point per game, but he wasn't relied on to do all the heavy lifting. And then he had a great season the year that the Canucks made the playoffs with 89 points in 82 games. We know about the drama, the conflict between him and JT Miller. We know about his injury issues that plagued him from the end of 2 seasons ago all through last season. And whether I know he's been a hot topic on a lot of people's shows, and rightfully so, right? I think, along with Quinn Hughes and Thatcher Demko, he's one of the 3 biggest X factors on this team. Quinn Hughes, we are so lucky to have. Thatcher Demko, we are so counting on him being healthy. And Elias Pettersson, we need him to get back to, 190-point pace. Now, I think Jeff Patterson and Patrick Johnson, who are taking over from Harrison Price this year, I think they asked, if I'm not mistaken, Frankie Corrado what would be a good season for Petey. And he said 70 points. He said he needs Petey to get 70 points. If he's your first line center, I think I kind of want more than that. I want close to a point per game, like 80 or 82 points. But I guess Corrado's point is after a year of 45, albeit in only 64 games, a jump to 70 would be an increase of 50%, right? Of another 25 to 27 points. So I guess I can see why Corrado said that, because it is an increase in 50 points. But obviously, you build a team around a good number 1 center, a good number 1 defenseman, a good number 1 goalie. And that's why I talked about Hughes, Demko, and Petey. We've been talking about them all the time. And when they're all at the top of their game, and they could be elite players at those positions, then that sets the Canucks up. Well, at least they have an elite player at each of these 3 positions. But last year, it was only one of them. It was only Quinn Hughes, because Petey had an off year and Demko barely played. So we can see why all 3 guys are so important. And the offense is especially going to flow from Petey. You hope that DeBrusk, Besser, and Kane, I think those are the 3 that I look at. You hope that they're all good for between 20 and 30 goals, hopefully. But we also need Petey to be good for 30 goals. And he's had, his full seasons, his goals have been 28, 27, 32, 39, 34. So he is a 30-goal scorer for sure. And that's why last year was such a crazy drop to only 15. So on the ice, if he's stronger, if he's harder to knock off the puck, that's obviously good things. He's never had the strongest skating stride. He's never been the fastest guy, but he's quick enough and he's creative enough where we need to see more of those type of dangles. Remember, bro, do your deeks. That was a famous saying that Jason Bochford had for Elias Pettersson. So that's his skating. When in terms of hands, he's still a really good passer, and again, he didn't do as many dangles last year. But the shot is really interesting. We saw him barely use his one-timer. Remember what a weapon that was in his first few seasons on the right side on the power play? And even his powerful wrister and snapshot, we barely saw it last year. Well, we only saw 15 goals, right? So, and then I think his former injuries were his wrists. So a lot of people were worried about, are his wrists taped up, or does he have all of that? Does he have all of his strength for his one-timers and his wrist shots and snapshots? And then the narrative came more about his skating, and he just didn't look as engaged last season. So those are some of the physical things that he's got to work on. Is he going to be a penalty killer? Well, if you lose Pia Suter and you lose Dakota Joshua, there might be some penalty minutes there for Petey if Adam Foote decides to use him that way. Can he be a leader in the locker room? He's not the best communicator. English isn't his first language, and he hasn't always been the most amicable with the media. So that's going to be an interesting angle to watch as we go. And I think, what's he like as a teammate? Did that whole Pettersson versus Miller rift, did it really or that drama, did it really cause a rift in the dressing room? I had heard that more people sided with Petey than Miller, which seemed to make sense. Miller's the one that's been traded 3 times in his career, not Pettersson, right? And I can see where especially some of the younger guys, the Swedish guys, I could see where Petey may have had more fans than Miller. I hear guys like Jake DeBrusk talking on the 100 Canucks podcast saying he needs to be better for Petey. It's not just Petey needs to be better. DeBrusk needed to be better as well, and better for Petey. So it was really refreshing to hear DeBrusk talk like that. Will Besser and Petey ever refine their chemistry? Will Evander Kane end up on Petey's line? So that's kind of interesting to see who. I think you go DeBrusk, not Kane, on his left side, and I think you go Besser on the right side and just load up that top line and make it truly a top line. And then your second line can be something like, for now, Hedo, Kane, and Garland, or Hedo, Kane, and Hoglander, or whatever they decide to do. So I think Petey's going to get a chance to play with their 2 best scoring forwards in DeBrusk and Besser. So if he's healthy, if he's added pounds and muscle, and if he's playing with good line mates, then there's no drama. So those 4 things, there should really be no excuse for Elias Pettersson. I want him to perform well. And I will admit, I've always liked him as a player, and some people think that I was probably defending him too much or not as hard on him as I could. And I know I won't name names, but there's some content creators and there's some regulars in here that can't stand him, and they really see his contract as being a millstone on this franchise. But I also remember how good he was in his rookie year. I remember how good he was 3 seasons ago. I remember how good he was 2 seasons ago in the playoffs. I really want to see that PD back. We obviously need to see that PD back. And entering the second year of an 8-year deal, yeah, absolutely, for the sake of this franchise and how the rest of their contracts stack up. If PD has a great year, if he does, if Demko's healthy, if Kane's good, and if Besser and DeBrusk are good, and then our young guys continue to develop, and we make the playoffs and even win a round or 2, of course that's going to tempt Quinn Hughes to stay. It is. That's the bottom line. But if PD stings, if Demko gets hurt, if we fail to make the playoffs, if our young guys regress as opposed to progress, then I wouldn't blame Quinn Hughes for saying, I really want to stick this out, but I also really want to go to a winner. So I'm not saying that Elias Pettersson is the sole factor behind what's going to happen with Quinn Hughes, right? I think the PD and the Demko questions are the biggest questions for this year. And then the next season, if no extension gets done, is going to be all about the future of Quinn Hughes. And of course, all these things are tied together. Finally, let's get in the words. That's why I showed the article. When you hear, I feel good, I want to be more of a leader, I want to be better than last year, I'm more mature, and especially I want revenge, or I want to seek out revenge. I love that. I love that he's talking like that. I really do. I think it shows that he's taking responsibility. He didn't throw anyone under the bus. He didn't blame anyone else. He didn't reiterate the injury, but he kind of nuanced it by saying, I'm healthier this summer. So this isn't blind optimism. It truly isn't, because I've been a season ticket holder for 15 years now. I've seen all those good PD years. And there's the 2 most exciting things at a Canucks game is watching what Quinn Hughes can do from the back end, and is watching what PD can do around the net. So I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic, and I'm confident. I really am that PD is going to regain his form. What that form is, how you define regain. Again, Frankie Corrado said 70 points. I would like it to be closer to 75 or 80. But if he's healthy, and if he holds down that first line, and distributes the puck, scores when he needs to, and plays responsibly defensively, which has never been an issue for him, I really, really think that breakout year might be too strong of a word, but I do think that he is key, paramount to this team's success, and I think the team will have success, and I do think PD will be a big part of it, because his contract, the no movement clause, is now kicked in. So really, for better or for worse, we are tied to Pettersson for the next 7 years, unless somehow they work out a deal. But I hope that doesn't become a case, because you'd hate to be a team looking for not only a second line center, but a first line center as well. So I want to give all that to you, and I would love to hear your thoughts after. Oh, my light went out behind me. Give me a sec. That's weird how that light just shut off. Oh, it's still shutting off. Give me 1 second. I think this is what. I think I was moving some stuff around and I unplugged it in the back. So talk amongst yourselves for 30 seconds. Yes, it wasn't plugged into anything. It got disconnected when I was cleaning up in here, so it was just running on battery fumes. So I would love to get your PD, your thoughts. Are you as optimistic as I am, or do you have grave concerns about him and his ability to lead and contribute to this team? But let me do my mid-show sponsor read first, and then I have a couple of cool announcements I think you'll be interested in, and then I'll get to all of your thoughts. But before I do that, I love this. Clay's lights out, dark mode enabled, spooky lights. These lights, though, gotta love random stuff like that. Shade puppets. Never mind, no good. Rick Tockett tampering with the lights. Clay after dark. Yeah, Parker and I aren't going to do any shows in the summer. I got to do some after dark. All good. Clay after dark would be awesome. And Pete DeBoer is in the house. Hire me and PD will win the Art Ross Trophy. All right. I wish we talked to you a few months ago. So let's go to my mid-show sponsor read. And I start off by thanking Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsors, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. Check them out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay and receive a free 5-day workout when you do so. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, creator of this amazing artwork that you see over both of my shoulders or beside both of my shoulders. GassyJackArt.com, and check out all of the prints that he has for sale. And thanks to Vessi Footwear, tinyurl.com/VessiClay, and receive a free pair of socks of your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. My next show is on Sunday at 11 p.m. You guys know I don't do shows on the weekend, at least not right now. That's not a hint or anything. I'm just saying I don't do shows on the weekend. Also, ways that you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel. You can like the video. You can leave donation like Carol and Irvin have done. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and you can review. Okay, I have a couple announcements that I'm excited to share with you now, or at least lead you to announcements down the road. So I mentioned that my next show is at 11, Sunday at 11. Going to bring on Tyler that night. That's it. The line change, legendary. The line change. It's his birthday on Sunday, August the 10th. You guys know that also on Sunday, I will give you the location of the CCC meetup, which I've determined is going to be the next Sunday, August the 17th, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. I apologize to anyone who can't make it, but that's the best for me and where I'm hosting it. I'll just say this again, it'll be a legendary place for sure. And I will, starting on Sunday, if you email me for the address, I will then send you an email that has address, pictures, parking, transit, all those things. So on this Sunday the 10th, as part of my stream, I will also then talk about, I will then review the location for the meetup, which happens the next Sunday. Also, a couple other things this week. One-on-one Zoom chats with Legends and Hall of Fames. They'll take place on Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. because I have plans Tuesday and Thursday. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and nail all 15 if everyone signs up on Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. And I'll send that schedule out to you tomorrow. And this is the new one for tonight. On Tuesday, August the 12th, on my show, I am going to do a massive announcement. One that, it is worthy of the term massive announcement. And I don't want to give too much away. Some of you, I'm going to give you like 3 minutes to guess in the chat what you think the massive announcement is. But I will say August 12th is significant in two ways. One way, it has nothing to do with the announcement, but August 12th is going to mark an anniversary of something, a major event in my life. So that's one thing about August 12th. But then August 12th relates to my massive announcement. Okay? So there's two things tied into my massive announcement on Tuesday, August 12th. August 12th is the anniversary of a big event that happened in my life. And then the 12th relates to the actual announcement. Okay, so picture that. Next week then, Sunday night show, I reveal the location of the meetup, where we're going, and I'm going to bring on birthday boy Tyler on the show. Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, I'll be doing the group Zoom chats with Legends of Hall of Fame. Tuesday night show, I'll make my massive announcement. And then Sunday will be my actual meetup. So next week, there's so much CCC community content that I think it's going to be an amazing week, a very, very memorable week. Okay, now, last week the microphone, this week the lights. I know. Does anyone else, I'll take it for 2 minutes before we move into the second half of the show. Does anyone else want to guess what my massive announcement is? And you can guess why August 12th is significant, an anniversary, or you can guess what the actual announcement will be. I'll do this for 2 minutes. Legendary location, Randy Orton's house. He is the legend killer, for sure. For sure. Don't know if I'll catch 12 live. No problem. That's why we record these things. Stan Smeal on the CCC. Grandpa and Grandma Clay and Gail Emo. Oh, actually, that's another announcement. Nothing to do with that. Tomorrow marks the 1 year countdown to Sean and Cheska's wedding. They're getting married on August 8th, 2026. So tomorrow is the 1 year countdown. Let's Talk says another 24-hour live stream coming. Interesting. Fangirl says 12-hour live stream, hence the 12, or maybe 12 hours. Carol says, Clay, are you going to have another 24-hour live stream? Lesnar's going to arrive and give me an F5. Yeah, right through my desk here. Shannon thinks it's a 12-hour live stream. Yeah, Simon, I didn't reach out to Harry. I was able to get Harry on twice over the past week. I think that's good. And because I didn't get a chance to talk to Harry, I think it was great that we were able to get him on Sunday. So thank you. I didn't have to cover tonight. Any other last guesses? RK out of nowhere. Oh, so Lesnar and Randy Orton in my home studio. That would be amazing. You are going to bring Pete DeBoer on? Well, yeah, if you return my messages, Pete. I am the new 2C. I probably have to learn how to shoot, though. Kinshasa. I could try that. Is it the CCC's anniversary on August 12th? You'll have to find out on Tuesday, Gerald. Which is funny. I'm meeting Gerald for a meal earlier that day, so he'll probably try and pry it out of me. RKO to Lesnar. Oh, I see. Not to me. Good. All right. Let's move into the PD talk. Would love to hear. And you're welcome to share whatever opinion you want. Do you believe him when he talks? Even if some of it was lost in translation, do you agree that he's key to the Canucks' fortunes? And what do you think is going to happen? Here we go. Fangirl, I'm cautiously optimistic. That's fair. Hey, Jaden, was thinking about your meetups recently. Can't make it that day, but hope to make it next time. No problem, Jaden. Thank you. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. You think at this rate, Jack Roslovic might sign a PTO with the team? No, I don't think he's fallen that far off. And that wouldn't make sense to him. I think he's just going to, by September, before training camp, he's going to bite the bullet and accept a deal somewhere. I don't know what the holdup is. I don't even know what's with the Canucks, quite frankly. I love that he's admitting he didn't have the right attitude when he signed the contract. Yeah, that's true. And I know you did I haven't watched it yet, but I know you did a video on it, Tyler, so that's pretty cool. I believe in Petey, says Tyler, the other Tyler, but actions speak louder than words. That's fair. That is totally fair. Vancouver Canucks and Canuck Clay collab. I fully expect Petey to at least come back to career average, but I'd love for him to have something closer to career highs. Love it. So career average, almost a point per game, right? Yeah, he's got 457, 471, so basically a point per game. He's talked the talk. Now he has to walk the walk. That's what makes players great, is when they back their words up. I love it, Pete. Spoken like a true coach. 2025-26 will go as Petey goes. He's the biggest question mark going in. I agree. I agree with that. Well, I think that and Demko's health. Those are the two for me. For me, Hughes is a factor, but he's not a question mark just because of we know what we're getting with Quinn Hughes. Let's talk about it. Yeah. What does that mean, Erwin? Hoping for that redemption arc? Yes. I know you saw some of you saw the Kane Beer League video. Did you see it? I did. It shows you starting the offseason training. And Gerald, is that here in Vancouver or is that back in Edmonton? Which one is it? Which one is it? Yeah. Or we're talking about LA Knight now. If PD stays healthy and plays well, he can possibly win the Selke. Been too long since. Yeah, no, he's a good defensive forward. I don't know if I put him in the top 5 though in the league, Fangirl, but that's totally fair. I do worry PD will be like Vince Carter when he was on the Raptors in terms of quitting on the team. And in Vince Carter's case, he tried when he got traded to the Nets. I sure hope not, Edmund. Gosh, that would be absolutely horrible. Carol, I really hope PD does well this year. I have a lot of faith in him. I'm still glad he signed the $11 million contract, or should I say 11.6. Hey, Carol, that was a well-typed message, and I mean that lovingly. Sometimes, you call me play or you say weird stuff because of the talk to text. That was perfect. That was perfect. You even corrected yourself from 11 to 11.6. That was amazing, Carol. Well done. Well done. It's in Edmonton. Thanks, Gerald. P needs to talk the talk. Can he walk the walk? Well, skate the talk with some chalk. Hope he doesn't balk. Yes, exactly. Talk, walk the walk the talk the walk. Yeah. Instead of I love you solo, I love you Tolo Pilo. That's good. I like that, Irvin. I love that. I think we should. I think maybe like 10 fans would get that if we shouted that at a game. PD was in a Bauer video. Someone from Bar Down tried to block a PD shot. How long ago was that? That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, what else we got, guys? What else we got in terms of PD? How are you feeling? Are you feeling it? Are you buying what he's selling? Are you eating what he's cooking? Are you listening to the song he is singing? Can't think of any more analogies right now. The Bauer video is a camp for some kids. Ah, okay. I'll have to check that out. Do I have season opener traditions? No, aside from lamenting that I'm not at the game, because for the last few years, the home opener has been on a Wednesday night, but tonight it is on a Thursday night. So I'll be going on Thursday, October 9 with my season partner, Mike, and then Sean and Cheska will be using our other seats. Then, I better stop right there. And then I'll be going to if you guys are intuitive enough, you'll figure out what just happened there. And then I'll be going to the game on Thanksgiving Monday. I'll be bringing Gail to that game against the St. Louis Blues. You think Petey and Evander Kane? You think Petey and Kane might click? I think a Kane being flashy will help take attention off Petey. Yeah, I just don't know if Kane is going to be the first line left winger though. I think DeBrusque will be. So I think the season starts with at least Petey and DeBrusque. Petey's going to get in where he fits in. You know what I mean? I love it, Tyler. Hard to say much until he's playing a Canucks game. Hate to wait. We're talking about Kane now, right? It's something about my season ticket membership. Petey going to be like Penta. What do you mean? Like just like start wearing makeup and All Jakes, no Dax. Very good. All gas, no brakes. All Jakes, no Dax. That's good. Irvin, you're coming up with some good ones. The video was posted 2 weeks ago, blocking an NHL slap shot to see how it feels. Hughes-Bros are in it too. I missed that one. I'll check that out. Thank you, Fangirl. Do you think he can be a 1C for a cup-winning team one day? Hopefully like McKinnon, Eichelbar Cup. I do, because I just look at those 2 seasons, especially the 100-point season. Yeah, I do. I really do. I think they got to do a lot of work around him on this team, but I think he has the potential to be that 1C on a cup-winning team. I really do. Gerald saying, just curious, of all the people here, did you all see the Gerald K versus the 6-time champ? Anyone think we should have a segment? I'll get your own show. I'm just kidding, Gerald. I could bring you guys on the show easily. I thought it was very good. Like a stream segment. Oh, you mean my secret? You'll see. How do you say that? Sierra Mado? What does that mean? Does it mean 5? I don't even know what that means. I know he does that thing. But what does that mean? Gonna skate smooth like Penta, and his signature smooth operator walk. Yes, that is pretty cool. I almost let it slip. Or did I? Maybe this is all a red herring just to throw you guys all off the scent. If you smell what I'm cooking. Means no fear or fearless. That would make sense then. That makes sense. I hope that player has a good season. I hope that player doesn't get into a lot this season. And I hope he does well for Vancouver. Yeah, me too. Shannon is challenging Gerald to a showdown. No fear, zero fear. According to Hockey DB, Ty Mueller played 2 games with the big club. Where the heck was I? No, he did. He didn't do much, but he did. Oh, he's here with us. Welcome, Elias. We are ready for your revenge season. Let's do it. Was last season a fever dream? I think it was more fever than dream, Irvin. Rooster, I did see the Booth goal where he takes the drop pass from his winger and then he does a 360 and then dekes a guy and then puts it short side on the goaltender. Did I read that he's got like 50 points in 11 games? Yeah, and Rooster, I'm not sure you remember, I have a David Booth. I'm the proud owner of a David Booth jersey. I thought that he was going to do great things for the Canucks, and the famous line that I think it was Tortorella said, if Booth is your best player, that's good for David Booth, but not good for the Vancouver Canucks. Thank you, moderators. I don't know what there was, but I presume it wasn't good. Let me just check something real quick. All right. I think there was actually a mistake, so we're gonna try and fix this. Well, I don't know how you unhide. All right, we'll just keep going. August 12th can be an Easter egg for a 12-hour live stream. Yes, the connection of the 12, for sure. The announcement is Petey is replacing Robert Pattinson as the new Batterson. Very good. Petey's revenge season will come to the HL. Oh, JT Miller. That is so. Wow, look at all these players and coaches in my live stream. Oh, that was an accident. Okay, Elias Pettersson, keep typing. That was an accident by a trigger-happy moderator. I'm just kidding, Irvin. That's good. Revenge is best served cold. Hey, Adam, nice to see you. No, I don't think anyone said that, but I think there's hopes that he can have a Selke-like season. GGLL. Yeah, Petey. It's kind of funny though, right? Because when Petey was struggling offensively, people were just turning, "Whoa!" But he's still so good defensively. Well, that's great, but we need him to be good offensively as well. So either we got a couple of people making like fake accounts, like having some fun with it, which is fine, or one person is just very busy trying to keep tabs on everything. Because of the Petey interview, Canucks should make Avengers type skit for pre. Yes, I thought about that too. Or just some type of superhero type vibe, right? Petey just got married? Did you catch that? What do you mean he got married? Did he say that in the article? Is there proof of that? Wow, no, I did not know that. And I got your email, Tradester. I will get back to you this weekend for sure. Adam, love it. Adam, give some membership. Let's give Adam some love in the chat after this drop. Let's go with the save. Shout out to Adam Lee with the franchise membership gift, and it goes to Get Your Paper Route, a new name that I haven't seen yet. That's awesome. So welcome, Paper Route, and thank you, Adam, for your generosity. That's awesome. That's awesome. Petey was good defensively. Miller was not. Yeah, that's true. What's the difference between Petey's drop-off and Laine's drop-off? Well, yeah, Laine had high hopes for him too, right? He bounced around a few teams. That's a good question, actually. Laine's, yeah, they're different type of players for sure. Obviously, different countries. What is Patrick Laine's stats? That's a really good question. What's Laine's stats? 421 and 532, so he's more like 0.8 points per game. Jets, Columbus, and Montreal now. His highest season was 70 points in 82 games. Yeah, I don't know. He's horrendous defensively, Laine is, that's for sure. At least, well, he's in Columbus. He was a minus all 4 years here, and he was minus 14 in Montreal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about Laine's game, but he was kind of surprising too that he hasn't hit. He's doing okay, but he hasn't hit the way a lot of people thought he would hit. Marcus Petey, I don't know. Ring on his finger in some photos. Yeah, someone was telling me though that was it someone saying that it's a sign of commitment but not engagement because of the way people wear their rings on different fingers? That's what I read somewhere. There's a ring on Petey's finger. Yeah, it might be like a commitment ring or a promise ring or something. Petey might be engaged because his girlfriend has a ring on her ring finger, and so does Petey. Yeah, Sarah, that's what I think I'm getting at. Is I read somewhere that you, and maybe if anyone is in here from Sweden, if you might wear the ring on the other hand though as a sign of commitment. Or, I mean, you might wear the ring on. It might be opposite, is what I'm saying. So it might not necessarily mean they're engaged. I have no clue. I don't know. I just wear mine and I don't worry about anyone else. Maybe it's that person who was on your open house the other night. I think you said Jay. Yeah, not sure. He has a ring in a photo, and his girlfriend changed her YouTube to Pettersson. Oh, okay, that's interesting. No, he had a wedding ring, and his woman had a new rock. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then that's awesome. Canucks media would have made a post about any player getting officially married until then. I treat rumors as such. That is fair too. New members rock. So do you. Awesome. Thank you. I'm very confused too. Are you as confused as I look, Taylor? Laine was healthy scratch in the playoffs. Why? Who did he get traded to? I don't even know who does he play for now. How did he get healthy scratch in the playoffs? Didn't he play? Did Montreal make the playoffs? Why am I so confused now? What the heck? You guys, I completely had a brain fart. Who did Montreal play in the playoffs? And how high did they finish? What's wrong with me? They got KO'd in the first round. Okay. Do you think Kravtsov can be like Nichushkin? Both played 2 seasons in Russia and they came back to the NHL. Oh, if he's anywhere close to Nichushkin, I sure hope so. But I see him as just depth in atmosphere, to be honest with you. In some cultures, men wear engagement rings too. Gotcha. Promise ring. What is he, a 9th grader? No, he's promising to be good this season for the Canucks. Hey, RSA. Here's RSA. I had an engagement ring when I got engaged. Cool. Laine had some off-ice personal issues, but as someone who watches Vancouver and Montreal, Laine was absolutely brutal. He skates like there are rocks in his skates and can't score outside of the power play. Let's talk. I appreciate that perspective. Thank you. Thank you for that. If both are wearing rings, it's a promise ring thing, and I hate that stuff because why aren't you trusting of your significant? Yeah, that's for another stream, Taylor. engagement ring. Oh, Adam, I'm sorry to hear that. Reach out anytime if you want to chat more. canuckclay@gmail.com. They got knocked out in the first round. By the way, RSA, is there anything in Swedish culture about wearing rings on your opposite fingers or wearing a ring on your left ring finger but not being engaged or married? I don't know. They lost in 5 versus the Caps. Who's Petey's girl then? And didn't he get with this chick? Should I say chick? Montreal made it this year. Montreal played Washington. Thank you. Canada's team. Yes, for sure. Her name is Caitlin and she's really pretty. Okay, Sarah, I'll trust you. I remember we were trying to figure out how the person who you had on the open house, who he was and stuff. So I'm wondering if he's being PD and JD. Yeah, you never know. Anyone could change their avatar and their name, right, Shannon? JT doesn't believe this ring stuff. That was funny, Giles. Has played Washington. Thank you, Gerald. No, some people just wear a ring as a look nice thing. So it's on the right for both ladies and lads. Okay. Now I'm really confused. I'll just wait till someone smarter than me actually has a formal report on it for sure. I thought Petey had Asian fever. I cannot confirm nor deny. All right, let's do 2 more minutes of Canucks questions, hockey questions, and then we will do 5 minutes of Ask Me Anything. Maybe TMI, but my ex used to wear a ring on a ring finger. No, that's not too much information. I like that kind of stuff. Typical basic blonde. Hi, Taylor, do you know her? On the wrong hand. Oh, she wore a ring finger on the wrong hand. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I haven't seen an NHL player date an Asian. The closest is probably Gaudette. What? I'm sure a lot of them are dating Asians. What are you talking about, Sarah? Although, yeah, you look at the Canucks wags for sure, and there's a lot of Caucasian power for sure. Actually, that's a good point now that I think about it. Interesting. All right, let's move to Ask Me Anything. For the last 5 minutes, I will allow for 1 more minute of hockey questions if they come in because there's always a cutoff. But last 5 minutes will be Ask Me Anything. Let's go. Let's go. And then we'll wrap up just before 12. What do you want to ask tonight? Thank you for everyone for being here. 66 on YouTube, another 110 on X, which is great. Sports player marriages don't last and they have 70% divorce rate. That's not great. Top 5 hobbies. Excellent question. YouTubing, music, bowling, making slushies. Does that count as a hobby? And walking. Golfing's getting out there too. But yeah, definitely the music, the YouTubing. I know, we'll go music, YouTubing, Canucks specifically, then vlogging, then bowling, and then making slushies. Sushi, how many times this week? I've gone... Actually, I have not gone since Monday. I think I'm going to go tomorrow. No, I haven't had Japanese. We had Japanese food on last Friday. And then I may have not had Japanese food since. I had like 1 piece of sushi today, like a potluck lunch, but just like a piece of salmon maki sitting there. So yeah, not since last Friday. Believe it or not. Ain't there a factory where they produce NHL wags since they're all blonde? Yeah, not all blonde, but I hear what you're saying. Vanilla Ice versus Tone Loc. I like the Funky Cold Medina, Adam. I like Tone Loc. Wild Thing, Funky Cold Medina. Was Sean getting married on August 8th? What planning still has to be done? A lot, but they're actually pretty far ahead. They have their save the date card. They're working on their guest list. They've already booked the church. They booked the hotel venue. I'm working on a couple of things for him. So Sean's very well organized and Cheska is extremely organized. So they're in a good spot already. Clay, anything you want to do but are scared to do? What a great question, GLS. I think anything that I'm scared to do has to do with... like I want to do more public speaking in church circles for sure. I want to actually do more content creation and get kind of recognized as, not recognized from an affirmation standpoint, but I just want to be known as a a leading content creator in the Canucks atmosphere environment. That's important to me, not for my validation, but I just think I have something to offer. But anything that I'm scared to do, yeah, no, there's nothing that says I would do this, but I'm too afraid to do it. Like, I have no desire to go bungee jumping or skydiving or go in a hot air balloon because I'm scared to do all those things, but I don't want to do them. That's a great question. Maybe just getting better. GLS, I have a really easy answer to that question, actually, now that I think about it. If I don't overthink it, yeah, it's go full bore in basketball, volleyball, and tennis again, because it's been almost 2 years since my Achilles tear, and you can relate that maybe to the August 12th, maybe, that I talked about earlier. So yeah, it's getting back to doing sports at 100% effort on my left leg. Great question. I just dropped a big one, Gerald. I just dropped a big one, but not on the channel announcement. Thoughts on how the rest of Cena's retirement tour is going to go? Yeah, I think 2 of those matches are against Brock, at least 1 or 2, and then I think the last 2 will be one of them he'll put someone over, and one of them he'll probably put someone over, and then he'll probably get a send-off match against someone who won't mind putting Cena over for his last match. But yeah, it's good that they went back to a face turn for him. Top 5 drinks: Pepsi, Coke, pink grapefruit juice, Shirley Temple, lemonade. EP40 bounce back. I sure hope so. Top 3 summer treats to have on a hot day: Pepsi Slurpee, Coke Slurpee, and orange Freezy. Do you think that once Kane punches someone in the mouth after the guy hits Quinn from behind, he'll end up being the fan favorite? I think as soon as he scores his first goal, hockey trade, sir, he'll be a fan favorite. Can you make a good udon dish? Nope. My wife can. I can't. I can't cook anything. Chocolate ice cream for me. Brett Hedekin, married to Christine Yamaguchi. Yes. Hey, Japan 4, nice to see you. Don't forget, I sent you an email about all the merch that you won. So make sure you respond to that when you can. We can get that to you. Thank you, Japan 4. Nice to see you. If they're both married, happy for them. They deserve the happiness. Yeah. What's the best slushy you've made so far? Any plans on making something crazy? Okay. So I've only made Pepsi, Coke, lemonade, pink grapefruit, that kind of thing. Sean, we had a bunch of people over and they made peach bellinis, and very, very popular was the peach bellinis. And I didn't try some because I don't drink, but everyone else loved them and was posting about them all over social media. Did you ever watch the TV shows Pardon the Interruption? No. Crossfire? No. That's what my double hit with Gerald. That's what my double hit with Gerald got like on Tuesday. So fun. Yeah, you guys are great. And definitely can explore stuff like that going forward. Canucks need a Lesnar type player. Give F5s to guys. Just pick them up and drop them. Neither. SGA, don't drink. They should draft his son. Yeah, his daughter is a track athlete, right? Track and field. And his boys, or if not boys, are hockey players. Is that right? Yeah, Carol, mostly Pepsi or Coke, but I have done lemonade in there as well. Again, yeah, Pepsi, Coke are my favorite to make in there. Kind of boring, I know. I do like pineapple on pizza. How fast do you do the girls crying? I've only done it once, and it was a very pedestrian hour 45. Yeah, Lesnar's daughter is a high-level collegiate track and field star. How many times have you been to your office this week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I just didn't go today because I was out in Surrey doing some work, and I'll be back there tomorrow. Fight or snuggle? Todd Bertuzzi or Matt Cook? Oh my gosh. I would snuggle with Bertuzzi and fight Matt Cook. Because if I fought Bertuzzi, he would kill me. I think Cook would definitely hurt me too, but yeah, I'll take my chances with Matt Cook. Love you too, brother. Can I make scrambled eggs? Yes, I can do that, at least. My favorite celebrity of all time is Coca-Cola flavor. That's fair. Not golfing this weekend. This weekend, it's actually a bowling tournament. Me and Jacob. When I golf, I usually cheaper. So I golf the Vancouver public courses, But we're doing a Kamloops trip in 2 weeks, and that's going to be very interesting. I better get practicing for that. This whole PD thing is news to me. Yeah, I gotta go look it up too. Snapple, I haven't tried that. Good. As I drink some Snapple, good. No problem, Japan 4, no rush. Would you rather be one of 100 people fighting a gorilla or just go 1-on-1 versus a panda? No, I would be one of 100, and I would be number 100. I'll be last in line. Do you like paintball? No, or laser tag? Laser tag's safer, but I don't really like either. It's not my favorite thing to do. Rum and Coke, tequila, sunrise, pina coladas, spritz, and margaritas. Love it, love it, love it. Is the meetup a potluck? To be determined. I think I will provide some elements, and then people can bring others. But we'll talk that through on Sunday. Who even started this EP40 Mary thing? People in here and online, I guess. One-on-one. Yeah, we're just going to cuddle and snuggle. Hey, Rooster, are you going to watch Whitecap games with Mueller? Is it Mueller? Mueller? No, I don't have a more burning desire to go. I go to one a year, if that. So I'll be happy to see him, but I'm not going to go especially just to see him. And with that, my friends, we are going to end, and it's 12 o'clock. Thank you. It was a great show. Great talk about Elias Pettersson, and a few more hints as to some big announcements. So don't forget, Sunday is my show. Going to have Tyler on for his birthday, and then going to also talk about the meetup a bit more. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday are the one-on-one Zoom chats with Hall of Fame and Legend members. I'll get that link out tomorrow. Tuesday, I will make a massive announcement relating to August 12th, or 12 at least. And then Sunday will be my actual meetup. Thursday will be a member stream in there as well. And then, again, if you're interested in Canucks games, email me, canuckclay@gmail.com. Last question. Yes, I played pickleball once. The first time I played it, I thought everyone who played it was a bunch of losers and that it was tennis for losers. And then I played it, and I really enjoyed it, actually. I really enjoyed playing. I'm not that good at it. I've only played once, but I can see why people do find it quite appealing. So, yes, my next show is Sunday night at 11 p.m. It's going to be a big one. And then Tuesday night will be a big one. And then Thursday will be a member show. So those will be my 3 shows for next week. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks for your support, as always. And to everyone else, no matter... Oh, no, I should say legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Line Change, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Brian Blingy, and legendary Andrew Chang, and Hall of Fame and franchise members. Thanks for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, like the video, subscribe. You can leave a donation. Thanks to my sponsors, Vancouver Canucks Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art, and Coach Patrick Lou, Weight Loss Coach. And thanks to everyone who went above and beyond tonight. Swerve and Irvin with a $2 donation. Carol with a $5 donation, and Adam gifting a franchise membership. Add it all up, and as of now, Fangirl has 975 points to win, or to be on top as of now. Swerve and Irvin is second with 850, and Simon is in third with 375, with Carol right behind Simon at 350. So our top 4 tonight, congratulations to Fangirl, then Swerve and Irvin, then Simon, and then Carol. Okay. Anything else that I got to bring up? No, I think that is good for now. And I think I recognize everyone. Awesome. Yeah, I love the farming points too. It's amazing. Okay, friends, I hope you have a great weekend. And I will fill you in on my weekend when I see you next on Sunday. And thanks for your support, and thanks for being here. As always, stay safe. Stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. But, my friends, we ain't done.
Hard.
Harry with the late donation, $2. Hi, Clay. I hope you're doing well. I am. I hope you're doing well as well, Harry. Thank you. Let's give Harry some love in the chat. Hall of Fame member Harry Ma. Thank you, Harry. That is awesome. And my next stream, I said, is on Sunday night, Natty. Sunday night, Tuesday night, and then Thursday night will be members next week. Yes, I must get slapped at least once a night. All right, I'm going to go. No noodle love just for you, Irvin. Here is the noodle. Probably one of my least favorite ones. I just don't use it a lot. All right, now I will go. And Harry, yeah, I mentioned this. I got you on a couple times in the past week, so I think that was good. I'm sorry. I admit that I did not message you before, so I think we'll bring you on another time, given that your birthday is now a week old, but I was able to get you on over the past week, so I think that is good for now. Okay, friends, now I will go. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Do you know why shopping centers are so boring? Why are shopping centers so boring? Because if you've seen one, you've seen them all. You've seen them all. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.